Okay. I just need to check out this device or whatever to see if everything's being accordingly. Um, what's so nice about this device, I can have more control on who is on my shit. I've been trying to figure out like how do I control with just it being subscribers that not just anybody could comment on my stuff, but be able to people who are real like they've been watching me for a long time be able to actually communicate with me and not the people that are just on some iBot hating shit. Anyway, so you guys saw the sign. I believe it's Aquarius, Aries, and Taurus. And I think this is the only reading I'm going to do. This is the only time I have for you guys. Let's see what we get. So I got the Eight of Pentacles and I have the Hangman. All right. And then we have like, look, here's the Eight of Pentacles. There is so much work. And it's just hanging over somebody's head. And they feel like everything is like it's swinging over them. Okay. Because you see how he's looking. And then it decides to look down also like duck. Um, if you ended up staying overtime or if you ended up leaving early, it was a blessing because right after you do this, there's like an accident that happens. Like the building falls down or like somebody is the last person standing too. Like how can I explain this? It makes me feel like when somebody ends up destroying a whole village out of anger or whatnot, and they're left by themselves, they literally have nobody to talk to. It's nothing but solitude. And for some, that would be a great thing, but for others, it's not a great thing. Cause see, sometimes we go on these rants where we want to destroy everything, and then after we see the mess that we have done, we're like, oh shit, did I do that? Because look how the string is on this person. Like the moment that you get up and try to liberate yourself from this, it's going to fall on your head. So I feel like someone learned how to move their head. It also reminds me of boxing. Oh, hi. In boxing, I believe when they're hitting that little mitt that's going like that, and then they start going in different ways like that in order for them to catch on to the rhythm. They also have this one when they hit the thing and it goes back like this, or they're just going from that little machine is just going. What is it called? The little hitting thing. It's the thing that you hit, the punching bag, the one that's up there that looks like the back of your tonsils, that, or the little thing that hangs down. You know, I know that word. I had an exam done a long time ago. I just totally forgot. I feel like Cardi B, like get the back of my throat where that dingly thing. Anyways, so they go like that, and you have to keep on with the beat. You know what I mean? You have to keep on with the beat. So if it starts to change, you have to change. But it's also predicting the next person's move. Because look, somebody is watching how it's moving. So if it knows, or the person knows, if I get up right now, it's gonna fall on my head. But what if I start moving? What if I start moving? What if I get into the rhythm where I could start manipulating how I want it to move? So I feel like it takes time to get to know how to make these certain moves, or it just takes a lot of practice. And after a while, like you can stand up, you can move, you could do whatever, and it's not going to hit you because you know it's coming at you in 20 seconds. It's also like one, two, three, just doing a certain beat. Because look, it's like if somebody's carrying a whole lot of different things. This is definitely training. Someone is a new employee, someone is training, someone's on the clock, someone's learning something brand new. If you're get you might be getting a new job, and this new job is going to require for you to do like seven things at once. And you're going to have to be very flexible because all these things are carrying something, right? And everything goes back to you the way that you carry it so well. And you're like, I've been doing this for so long. I know that every single thing that I do, I have to carefully plan the things so it doesn't fall down. Okay, there's the emperor. Look, once you reach a certain level, you can stand up and it's not going to hit your head. Now, in the beginning, when someone first started, they were sitting down and they were wondering, if I get my ass up, is this shit gonna hit me in my head? Okay, within time, after practice, after learning how they're going to swivel, or when the wind is moving a certain way, that's how I'm going to move. And now you are an emperor. Look, I can stand up, and I have something even more because this is a chandelier. This is weight, baby. This is weight. This lands on your head, you're dead. But see, before this weighed a lot less and it was a lot more prettier. But and if you stood up, that would hit your head too. That also could hurt you. But it's not as heavy as this. But it took time to understand how this kind of weight will affect you. That every time you move, it just takes one hit. Grab your fucking knife, pull it out. Like Maya Pie or Pie Maya or whatever off of Kill Bill. Y'all remember when she was like, "What did you say to him to make him get your eye pulled out?" And he had like fucking was like, and when he was training her, he had her carrying pail of waters up them big ass steps. The Hierophant, it's pain that causes you to be solid as a rock, I guess. Y'all remember the yogi was like, ha ha ha. Every time he actually was happy for what she did, he was like, he'd be like, ah. And then, y'all remember when she went up there on the altar and was going to marry that one guy. And what's his name rolled up? He thought that his babe was fucking dead and she was not dead. She was getting married. Now, I talked about this the other day, but when I finished watching the movie, it was on 50 Cent live action on Roku. I was watching, I actually be watching a lot of cool movies on there. And that man was smart as fuck. So was she. And it was like he was saying, oops, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that to you. And you could tell that he truly loved her. He really did. And I talked about this maybe last week or something like that. I forgot if it was Virgo or whatnot. But I think when you're so in love with somebody, that if you see something you may not like, and you're that kind of person that has that kind of power, you might end up doing something you regret for the rest of your life, off acting off of emotion. And it's true on so many people. Like when people just jump the gun and then you feel stupid afterwards because you did some real fucked up shit that you can't come back from. And that's going to cost you the love of your life. That might even cost you your life. It might cost you your position because, according to this movie, not only it was his last chapter of being the father to his daughter, and that was the chapter where she would come in and start raising her daughter um, as her actual mother because she was gone for so many years. Um, because she was in a coma. And see, now we have this little girl who her primitive years or her baby years were being raised by a straight fucking killer, not just any kind of real psychopath fucking oh you can yogi motherfucker. And so when you got two killers creating a little baby, and then like I had said this before, I was like, why the fuck would she just do some shit like that? Because like you're creating this child that like she may not know it yet, but she comes from some killer fucking blood, and eventually the more you hide it from her, the more she is out there looking for that type of thirst, and you don't even know it because she done killed that fish the day her mommy came back. She killed that fish on purpose, and she was like, I didn't mean to. I mean, I just got curious, and then I tried to bring it back to life, and it just wouldn't come back. And that's just some of the sayings in life. Some things in life are very true. Sometimes you do things out of spite, out of anger, and out of temporary emotion, and you scare away the best thing in your life. And I may be talking too much about Kill Bill because I lately has been on some shit, but I feel like that part right there. At the end of the day, this little girl is gonna have to deal with some real psychological problems. She loved her dad and couldn't really explain, what was going on with mommy and daddy, and the way they were talking in front of her too. Mommy's gonna do this, daddy's gotta do this, and there was all these lessons to a child, right? There was all these lessons to a child who will later on in life put two and two together, and she gonna have to ask some real questions to her mom. And as a mother that has killed her baby daddy, you know what I'm saying? And killed many people beforehand. What are you going to tell your daughter? You going to continue lying? When she had the biggest lesson in her life, when she decided to kill her best friend, which was a little fish, then put him between her little toes. Anyways, I feel like the lesson in this is that we can all act out in temporary emotions and anger or whatnot and say and do things just because we feel like we can, or because we know we got the power to do that kind of shit. And you fuck around and end up hurting somebody you truly love because, I mean, shit. I don't know. It's a messy ass situation, I guess. That even being a fucking killer, a contracted killer, still makes you real stupid. And I'm saying this because, like, damn, as smart as she is, they could poison each other and do all kinds of shit. But you couldn't just tell your baby daddy he was having a kid. You could have got in a fucking argument. You know what I'm saying? And avoided the whole killing shit and then chose to raise your daughter a certain way. You could have agreed to disagree. And now look at both of y'all. Then try to shoot each other up or sword each other up. They started fighting in swords outside their daughter's window when she was passed out. What if she would have woke up and then seen, Mammy chopping off daddy's head? Like, come on. How deep do the lies go and who really is in the wrong here? And when that little girl grows up, are we going to blame her for being who she's already in the path of becoming because she didn't know no better? Did you really give her a chance like you said you were trying to give her a chance to do? Because motherfuckers kill each other every motherfucking day, G. And they walk around just fine with their significant others or whatnot, even with their kids. They be lying off their ass. You could have done that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't own rights to any music in the background, but I feel like the lessons in life can sometimes make you a straight up killer. And how do you explain that shit to your kids? And I'm gonna leave that alone.